Hello, dear students. Today we are going to continue our talk about natural disasters, and the theme of our lesson today is tsunami. Open your books at page 31, exercise 1. What do you know about tsunamis? What else would you like to know? Write down 3 questions you would like to ask. For example, the questions maybe are the following. Why do they happen? Why is there sometimes more than one at a time? How destructive can a tsunami get? Now let's read the text and see if you can answer these questions. Listen to the model.
Why do they happen? They are usually caused by an undersea earthquake. Why is there sometimes more than one at a time? There are often other waves following a tsunami because of the ripple effect. How destructive can a tsunami get? It can cause the loss of life, flatten buildings and trees, and destroy whole ecosystems.
Now let's watch the video.
Tsunami, a wave of disaster. A tsunami is a large wave that travels at great speed towards land. They are usually caused by an undersea earthquake, but they can also happen after a large undersea landslide and an underwater volcanic eruption. When an undersea earthquake happens, the Earth's tectonic plates move suddenly downwards or upwards. This usually happens on a fault line, and one plate slides below the neighboring plate, causing a large amount of water to be forced upwards. This water forms a wave. Just like when you throw a pebble into a lake, the water ripples outwards. It is the same with a tsunami, but the water doesn't stop moving until it reaches land. As the wave moves towards the land, it increases in speed and strength. Not all tsunamis are giant waves when they hit the shore, though. Many of them come inland as a strong and fast tide. However, the impact of the water often destroys everything in its path. After the initial tsunami hits land, there are often other waves following it that can be just as big, which slowly get smaller over time. The same as the ripples from the pebble mentioned before, but on a much larger scale. Water is a very powerful force and can cause tremendous damage. As well as the loss of life that a tsunami can cause, it can flatten buildings and trees and destroy whole ecosystems.
Exercise 2. Read again and match the subheadings to the paragraphs. There is one extra heading. Now let's check. Paragraph 1. G. Below the surface. Paragraph 2. E. A sudden movement. 3. B. Happening one after the other. C. High tide. 5. F. Less by degree. And the last D. Deadly power. In exercise 3, before completing the sentence with words and phrases, let's get acquainted with new words. Write down them in your vocabularies, listen and repeat.
Come inland, ecosystem, fast tide, fault line, flatten, force,
impact,
initial,
in its path,
loss of life, on a larger scale, outwards, pebble, ripple, shore, slide, speed,
tectonic plate,
tremendous damage, undersea landslide, volcanic eruption.
And now let's complete the sentences. A tsunami can be caused by an underwater volcanic eruption. Number 2. When the Earth's tectonic plates move suddenly, an earthquake happens. 3. A tsunami is similar to throwing a pebble into a lake, but on a much larger scale. 4. When the water reaches the shore and comes inland, it destroys everything in its path. And the last, a tsunami can flatten buildings and destroy ecosystems. In exercise 4, you are to tell or write 4 things you have learned about tsunamis. Listen to the opinion.
I have learned what causes a tsunami. Not all tsunamis are giant waves. Some are strong tides. An undersea earthquake usually happens on a fault line. I didn't know there were underwater volcanoes.
And your task is exercise 5. You are to collect more information about tsunamis, use the keywords tsunami, and make a presentation. Listen to the model.
The word tsunami comes from a Japanese word which means harbor wave. Testing nuclear devices by exploding them under the sea can cause a tsunami. A historian in ancient Greece first made the connection between tsunamis and underwater earthquakes. The wave travels very fast and increases in height only when it reaches shallow water.